carefully before investing. Let's look into Nifty's daily chart to understand its price volume action. It's very important to understand Nifty's price volume action. After all, it is a benchmark index of the Indian stock market. So it gives an overview of how the market is placed at the current moment. And with the help of price volume action, we can also have a short-term view on the market going forward as well. You can see here in the last 2 weeks, Nifty has been closing in the higher territory. Even though the magnitude of gains were minimal, but it consistently has been closing in the positive territory, which is a very positive sign. But the volumes have stayed below average for most of part of the last 2 weeks. Yesterday, the volume has also picked up and the price action was also very strong. And in this process, Nifty closed above 25,100 for the first time, also a record level for the Nifty. So overall, the market is looking very positive, and Nifty closing at all-time highs and volume also picking up is a very strong sign that this ongoing rally is going to stay intact for the upcoming week as well. Coming to the market status, we are in confirmed uptrend, a market status where our exposure towards the market will be maximum. As the market is in a confirmed uptrend, we will be scouting out for stocks which are looking positive in terms of both fundamentals and technicals. We'll be looking out for stocks breaking out from the base patterns or giving us alternative buy points to add them to model portfolio. Coming to the model portfolio, we already have adequate number of stocks in the portfolio. We have recently started a list called as long-term focus list as well, where we are looking out for stocks to hold for a period of more than conventional period for growth ideas. And also in that case, risk reward is also slightly higher. So the growth ideas, we are looking at a risk of 8% maximum, whereas in the long-term focus list, the risk is more than 8% definitely, because the reward we are expecting is also more than 20-30%, around 50-60% reward is expected in the long-term focus list ideas as well. And on the downside, distribution days are very critical, and it's very critical to track weakness in the market. Even though the weakness has not seen in the current market, but we never know when the market is going to top out. So distribution days are the keys which help us to track weakness. Whenever Nifty falls significantly, that is 0.2% or more on volume higher than the previous session, that is considered as a distribution day. And any accumulation of distribution days consistently or in a period of succession, then we'll change the market status to under pressure. Until then, we'll continue to stay in confirmed uptrend. Some of the stocks which are in news and macroeconomic news which has come out overnight will be discussed here. Earnings season has completely, mostly it is done. We have seen Gillette India reporting their numbers yesterday. So most of the companies have reported their numbers for the June quarter. And if you look at the news section, we have seen two GST demand orders. One is for Shipping Corporation of India, around 160 crores of rupees for financial year FY 2020. And LIC Corporation has also received a similar GST order of around 600 crores of rupees during the period of financial year 2020. Apart from this, we have seen stock such as that is ITI has received an first order to manufacture or supply EVM machines, that is electronic voting machines, of around 500 units to West Bengal government. If you look at the macroeconomic news items, we have GDP growth rate from the US, and the GDP has grown above estimates, and it has reached 3% sequential growth for the quarter Q2. And the government of India has removed a cap on sugar diversion for ethanol production. So definitely ethanol companies will be under radar in the today's trading session. Overnight, the global cues are mixed. If you look at US market, Dow Jones closed in the positive territory, whereas S&P closed flat. Nasdaq closed in the negative territory. Asian markets are trading in the positive territory. Definitely, the cues are positive from the Asian markets. Kospi and Nikkei are trading around 0.6 to 0.7% higher as we speak, whereas Shanghai is trading clearly more than 1% higher. If you look at the GIFT Nifty indication, it is indicating a positive opening for the Indian market. Around 100-point higher opening is expected, and if that happens, the higher opening is sustained, we'll definitely see a new record high on the Indian index as well. For the chart of the day, we picked L&T Technology Services. The stock yesterday broke out for a brief period, but on closing basis, it closed below pivot. So it is still 1% to the pivot. Overall, the base pattern has been very wide and loose. The depth has also been significantly higher. So not a positive or ideal base formation. If you look at the ratings are also not looking very constructively strong. EPS is at 60, not a very good number. The growth rates, even though the sales and EPS are growing, but the growth rates have not been higher. We are looking at a growing number around 20 to 30% consistently, but the growth rates have been in the 10 to 20 range only. Price strength has also not done not much because the stock has underperformed the current market. That is the reason RS rating has been lower, but RS line is improving and RS will definitely improve from here going forward. AVD rating is very good at A plus. That is because of this long blue towers, which signify accumulation happening in the stock. Number of funds have seen a declining in numbers, which is not a positive sign. So overall, on many parameters, it is not looking good. But here we are only reading about the chart we are doing here. We are not advising to whether to invest or whether to exit. Our motto is to educate how to read a chart from Tony's perspective. With this, we come to the end of this podcast. Thank you everyone for joining today's debate.